I've always tried to push myself to be better. Waking up earlier, working out, all that. But trying to force it led to burnout every single time. What actually changed me wasn't motivation or discipline. Although they helped, what really changed me was learning how to influence myself in ways that felt natural, like actually enjoyable. And I'm going to show you how to do the same thing too. Now, for years, I've spent the first hour of every single day doing what matters most to me at the time. So, at one point in my life, I spent the first hour of my day writing. At a different point in my life, I spent the first hour of my day working out. At this point in my life, I'm spending the first hour of my day working on YouTube every day. Well, there's this one week where I wasn't really working out. I had finished everything for YouTube very fast. And there really wasn't anything for me to do. I remember waking up and thinking, I have nothing to do for this first hour. So what am I gonna do? And instead of deciding, okay, I'm just gonna get on my phone, or I'll just go back to sleep, or waste that time doing nothing, which honestly, doing nothing is a waste of time. But instead of choosing to do something that like I was saying, instead of choosing to do something that doesn't really align to my values, because I don't value doing mindless things or just, you know what I'm trying to say. I chose to work on the puzzle. Like I chose to spend that first hour doing deep work on a puzzle. Now you might be thinking, why does this matter? Why do you make me sit here to listen to some story of you waking up and choosing to work on the puzzle? Well, let me ask you this. Imagine it's raining and you're stuck at home. What do you choose to do when you have that free time? When the conditions aren't perfect? What do you choose to do? If you say, well, if it's raining and I can't really get out, then I'm just gonna chill and relax, keep my feet up, watch some TV. Play a little game, watch, get on my phone, just sleep the whole day away, whatever. The significance of what you choose to do on a rainy day when the plans you have aren't really planning and you're going to be staying home, that shows me the type of habits you're maintaining in your life. Now, why is this important? Why are we now shifting to habits? What is this? It's because habits are the things we do 95% of the time without even thinking. So, on a rainy day, if you have habits that you've been maintaining that is just you doing nothing, when you have the time, you're going to just default to your habit of just doing nothing and just watching TV and just entertaining yourself. Whereas for me, I defaulted to doing something that took deep focus. I'm not doing like a little baby puzzle. I'm doing a 1,000-piece puzzle, okay? And why do I do that? Because I value doing things that require focus, that require my deep attention. I like deep work. It is fulfilling to me because the end product is beautiful and it makes you feel like you've grown. Accomplishments, achievement, that's wonderful. I love that. That's why I like to make YouTube videos. Just then I can rewatch the video and see how much I've grown. Okay, sometimes I look at the very first video I made and now the videos I'm making now, and I'm just amazed at how I can finally come across camera as me. Like it took me a second to be able to get here, and the only reason I can say that is because I maintain these habits. I maintain the things I want to do that matter to me. So if it's a rainy day, I'm going to choose to, well, I could just knock out an hour of deep work anyway. And then spend the rest of the day doing whatever. I'm not here to say you have to grind all day. I'm just saying be careful about what you're choosing to maintain. And by the way, this isn't me trying to bash you or anything or make you feel bad or nothing. It's just so you can be aware that we are going to be maintaining something. So do you want to maintain the the behaviors that don't improve your life, or do you want to maintain the behaviors that will improve your life, the things that actually matter to you? And you probably never heard this stuff before, and there's a reason why. It's because we live in a society that doesn't want us to know this type of stuff. We live in a society that wants us to be dumb sheep because it's easy to control and profit off of dumb sheep. That's why we're taught how to obey authority, or whoever we deem as authoritative figures. Obey a teacher, obey the person with some clipboard, obey your boss. We're taught to shop and just buy whatever and don't save anything. Why? Because, okay, well, we obey authority, we listen to what we're told, we buy things, the people who want to make money off of us, we just give them our money. And then we're also taught to endlessly entertain ourselves. Why? Because if we are endlessly entertaining ourselves, then what are we not doing? Working on our self-mastery and our growth and our self-actualization. So we're not going to be taught this stuff. We're not going to be taught to maintain the habits that make our life better, because our society wants our life to be worse. like that's as simple as I can make it. So I know these concepts may seem foreign to you, but I'm promising you, if you just listen to this and take this information and spend some time with it, you will notice a change in your life because you'll be functioning differently. My entire channel is about helping you function differently as a human being. So now you're left with a choice. Now that you understand that the behaviors you maintain are the behaviors that turn to our habits, and we are controlled by habits 95% of the time. So habits control how our life is. And if you have habits where you default to just sitting around and watching TV and endlessly entertaining yourself, or just going to Amazon to buy some things, like if that's what you default to, the life you head towards is going to be kind of shaky. But if you default to, oh, on a rainy day, I'm going to do some push-ups and do a little workout and read a book and journal and self-reflect or call a friend, and just a host of meaningful behaviors that improve you as a person. Things that are just mindless and zombified, but just you expressing yourself, you connecting with people, you living life. You choose to do that. And then, of course, if you want to sit down and watch some TV and watch a movie, yeah, you'll do that. But you don't just endlessly, that's all you do. If that's if that's what you choose to do, the life you're heading towards is going to be uphill because you're doing things that improve the quality of you. And once you improve you, everything else improves around you. So that's a lot. So you have a choice. Do you want to stay in the path you are right now, where you have these behaviors, maintain these behaviors that don't do you justice, or do you want to switch over and get the behaviors that will do you justice? Either way, we're going to be controlled by something. And if we're going to be controlled by something, you might as well put the one that's going to uplift us and the one that's going to drag us down as time goes on. And time is always going to go on, so you can't stop it. So you're either going to march towards a happy destination or a crappy destination, and it's your choice in the matter. Now, if you want to move forward in a good destination, you want to have a little parade waiting for you 10 years down the line because you stayed on top of yours, think about the habits or the behaviors you want to start doing that matter to you. I know back in the beginning, for me, it was reading, writing, working out, meditating, things of that nature. So what matters to you? And please write this stuff down as you're going along. Take some time to reflect on that. Now, whatever you've come up with, ask yourself, how can you spend less than 2 minutes a day doing that behavior? Now, back to me. Reading. How can I spend 2 minutes a day reading? I can read 5 pages of a book. Meditating. I can meditate for 30 seconds. Working out. I can do 5 push-ups. Writing. I can write 1 word. And that's literally what I did. I just did that stuff every single day. It took less than 2 minutes. And you might be wondering, why only 2 minutes? Imagine we went to the gym and I grabbed the biggest weight I could give you and told you to do 10, and I told you to work out with that. And you do. But when you leave the gym, you feel like complete crap. You feel horrible. Now imagine the next day, you think about going back. Would you want to? No. Why? Because you're going to be thinking, that person tried to kill me. Working out is horrible. It sucks. It feels so painful. I don't want to do this. Now you've marked a bad memory of working out. And so you're not going to go back. And that's what a lot of us do when it comes to these new behaviors we want to start. We start way too ambitiously and we go way too hard and just burn out on result because we're not built for that yet. We haven't gotten to that point where we can maintain reading a chapter a day, going to gym 3 times, like, and working out for an hour a week. Like, we can't maintain that until we've leveled up to that spot. And this is how we level up, by doing these 2 minutes. And besides, the point of building a habit isn't to do the behavior and do the most. It's just to show up, because ultimately you want to build the habit of showing up. Because imagine if I told you, you want to work out 3 times a week? Cool. Go to the gym 3 times a week, but only stay for 2 minutes, and do that for a month straight. Now imagine you only did that. You followed me down to a T. Well, by the end of that month, you will have built such a strong habit of just going to the gym that if I told you from now on, every time you go to the gym, work out for an hour, you would work out for the hour and then go right back to the gym on the other day. And you'd work out for the hour and then go back to the gym the third day and work out for that hour. And you would continue doing that for months to come, for years to come, because you built the habit of showing up first before trying to show out and do the most. So that's why I'm saying do 2 minutes. And there's other reasons why I'm saying do 2 minutes, but I'm not going to throw them all at you. I'm just saying, trust me, I've done this. I'm true to this. I'm not new to this. But you might be thinking, well, if I want to do more than 2 minutes, that's okay. If you want to do more than 2 minutes, you can do that. That just means you benefited from the law of motion, which states things that are in motion tend to stay in motion unless stopped by a force, and things that are not in motion will stay out of motion unless acted on by a force of energy. So you getting started, showing up for this habit, and then wanting to do more is just a sign that you're in motion. Now you're going to stay in motion. But the 2 minute in itself helps you. It's the energy that gets you in motion. Because if you're trying to say, oh, I'll do an hour of this, you're not going to want to. You're going to feel resistance. But if you say 2 minutes, that's easy. Anybody can do 2 minutes. Let me go ahead and get started now. Oh, wait, I'm already started. Let me keep doing more of that. The law of motion. But I will say, make sure you stop when you're feeling good. Don't stop when you're like dead tired and you're just done with it. Stop when you're feeling good. Just like how shows end with a cliffhanger to bring you back. Feeling good is a cliffhanger for us to go back, because we only want to repeat the things that feel good. If we have a bad ending to something, we don't want to repeat it. So make sure that it feels good. You stop when you feel good. Now, 2 minute habits, starting with that is the only reason I've maintained the habits I have now and built the more intentional life I'm living. It literally stemmed from 2 minutes. I walk every single day. If not walk, I exercise every single day. I'm out juggling. I'm out shooting hoops. I wrote an entire book. I ghostwrote a book for an entrepreneur. I write every single day. I'm constantly learning. Like, I have changed so much about myself, and it all started from this 2 minute understanding. So let me know in the comments, what 2 minute habits are you going to be doing? Let me know. Now, once you figure out your 2 minute habits, the next thing you're going to want to do is make a plan for when you're going to do them. Because right now, it's not natural for you to just do these behaviors. So we have to set it up so that you'll do it. But in this case, it'll be easier for you to do it. So making this plan won't be just a pointless exercise. So anyway, you're going to want to put that habit into this formula. I will do 2 minute habit at time or event in environment. And I'll just follow out that habit plan. And if you just focus on that alone and do every single day doing that 2 minute habit plan, soon enough, that will just feel natural to you. And even if it's not every single day, if it's 3 times, 4 times a week, whatever, eventually it will just feel natural to you. And once it feels natural, that's when you know the habit has settled in. And now you can accelerate. And now the compound effect has hit in and you're doing a lot more. And people are looking at you like, how the heck are you maintaining this? How are you doing this? You understand now. But if you don't want to use this tactic, that's okay. You can default back to discipline and willpower and just trying to force yourself to do these things and go against what works for us as humans and just continue to struggle. Like that choice is up to you. But making a plan, like we just discussed, where your habit is a big step in living more intentional. And this is crucial because we live in a society that doesn't want us to be intentional. We're living in a society that wants us to stay on the default mode path they created for us. which is when you have a job and then you wake up like 2 hours before your job and you rush off to it after being on your phone for a little bit. You clock in 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours, you get off, and then you crash on the couch, you're tired, you watch TV, stuff your face with some food, scrolling on your phone, and then you go off to bed, and you wake up and repeat that for 5 days, and you have 2 days off, and then you repeat this cycle for 40 years, you retire, and all you can remember are the days of you clocking in and out. And then you die. Like, that is the default mode we were all programmed to be on, and people are literally going down it. And it's because they never learned how to be more intentional. Making a plan is one way, but there are other things you have to learn. And that's why I made the course Live by Design to help you be more intentional and stay off the default mode path of living forever. It'll be the first thing in my description. Go check it out if you're ready to get off that path. Now that's the end. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, you know the rest. This took me 24 minutes. This is supposed to take me 15 minutes. This took me 24 minutes. Why? Because my cat, you saw him. He was all over the place. So give me a thumbs up just for that. And I'll see you for the next video.